Ian Elmer on the far side, 23 points, 8 of 11 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3. He played 24 minutes. Luke Skaljak, 17 points, 4 assists, and the Mid-American Coach of the Year, and Travis Steele. Coach, before we talk to Ian and Luke, just your feelings on this victory here tonight.
You know, number one, really appreciated all the Miami fans showing out tonight. In a lot of ways, it was a home game for us. You know, it's such a unique opportunity to come watch an NCAA tournament game when we're only 50 minutes away from campus. So very, very appreciative of that. But again, listen, we have great players. And I've been saying this the whole year, but we have better human beings. Our guys play for one another. They play the right way. I think we finished with 20 assists, 4 turnovers on the game. My goal was to get up at least 40 threes. We shot 41 threes. And I felt like if we could just neutralize them on the glass, because they are so big and they're athletic and they're tough, I thought we'd give ourselves a really good opportunity to come away with a win, which we ended up being even on the glass, 35-35. The message I gave our guys before the game was there should leave no doubt with who the more attacking team was, and I thought that was very evident from the jump ball all the way to the very end of the game. But really proud of our guys. Obviously, there's a lot left to be done yet.
Most threes made and attempted in First Four history. We'll open up questions for our student athletes. First row on the aisle.
Michael Press, NCAA.com is for both of you. Obviously, you guys were very confident you belonged here. But for anyone who was watching you guys that hadn't maybe not seen you a lot, do you think you proved to people tonight, should have proved tonight, that there was any doubt whether you belonged?
Luke?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, we know we're not focused on that type of stuff, like what the media and fans and stuff have to say. We know who we have inside the locker room. So it was more of just kind of proving it to ourselves that we belong, which we believed all the way.
Ian?
Yeah, piggybacking off what he said, we're not really focused on proving whether we belong, honestly. Everybody in the locker room thinks we do. Everybody in Oxford thinks we do. And I just think, if anything, we just want to show that we're going to go out there, play our hardest, and have fun.
Why are you guys so unafraid to shoot the ball in any moment, any time? Where does that come from for you guys?
Ian?
It definitely comes from our coaches. They instill confidence in us, and it definitely flows through each and every person on our team. They don't, take us out for shooting bad shots. And we are good enough players to know what a bad and a good shot is.
Luke?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's just kind of the work we put in through the off season, through practices and stuff like that. So like when we're in these moments, like we're not second guessing ourselves. We're ready for it.
First row, right in front of me.
Yeah. Chris Vogt, Journal News and the Report Ohio. Ian, a couple dunks in Dayton. You've played with Taft in the state finals, and then you ended up throwing down a dunk here to carry Miami. Well, it's a full circle moment. Can you kind of relate that?
Oh yeah, it was definitely a great feeling. Coach drew up the play. Wanted me to put like an exclamation point on our game. I'm thankful for that. I have a lot of people came here to support, so it was a good feeling to do that in front of them.
Tim Carey, Miami RedHawks.com. The play in the first half, I think, ended up being your 1,000th career point. But Luke, it seemed like you knocked it away. Antoine threw it ahead. Suter kind of bounced it down. Just what did you guys see on that play and kind of the passing sequence that led to your layup?
That's like some March magic. I mean, I don't even know how Ian made that. That was insane. He kind of just like threw it back in. But yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how I made it either. I was expecting a lob. Peter was running full speed, so, I was just trailing. He made an amazing pass, and, I got lucky, honestly. So,
Jump across the aisle on the end, second row.
Jeff Warner with the Associated Press. They had a size advantage, at least on paper, going in. What was the strategy to negate that? And how do you feel you were able to accomplish that as the game wore on?
Ian?
For us, we battle size with toughness. I think Peter really set the tone early in the game. He was getting almost every rebound, it felt like very loud rebounds, and everybody else just followed. That just comes from not being afraid to hit.
Let's go to the far side, Arch.
Tom Archdeek in Dayton. Ian, what could have been a frustrating night dealing with fouls, you came right back in after you had 4 fouls, came in and hit a big 3 when your team needed it and had a couple other baskets. Just how you kept yourself focused in the game and were ready for the moment a second time.
That comes from my coaches. Everybody sees I sit by the coaches when I'm on the sideline. They just tell me things I need to do and things to see. Coach K, Coach Steele, Coach Holmes, like all our coaches, they kept coming up to me telling me to just stay in the game, I'll be all right. And, they just kept instilling confidence in that when I go in, I'll make a big play.
And 2 more questions for our student athletes. We'll go to the front row here.
Cooper Meneghetti, the Miami student. This is a question for both of you. When you hit a big-time 3 on such a national stage and you hear the arena around you explode, what goes through your mind? How does that feel?
Ian?
It's a great feeling. It's something you dream of as a kid, playing in March, playing for something, it's do or die, so the emotions are very high. And when you get to go out and make a big play, honestly, it's what you work for,
Luke?
Yeah, it's just something honestly you dream of, making big shots in March. Like that's what every kid dreams of that loves basketball. So obviously we had a ton of big time 3s today, so it was really cool.
All right, back corner. Last question for our student athletes.
Chase Sutter with the Cincinnati Enquirer. Had a big lead there late, 13 points. Then they kind of go on a little run, look like they're closing the gap. You're able to hold them off. What was kind of the mindset as they were making that little run? How were you able to fend that off?
Luke?
I would just say we said we just got to stay together, finish these last 4 or 5 minutes it was when they went on the run. They're a good team, obviously. They got really good players, but we knew that we were the more together, strong team. So we just had to outlast that run.
Ian?
What he said, but also, playing to win, you don't, in those moments, you don't win by playing with scared money. You got to go out there and continue what you're doing, and I think we just continue to be the aggressor.
Luke, Ian, your joy is what March is all about. That place was electric. You guys are a huge part of that and what your fans saw today and the special season that you have. We're so excited that it continues. Best of luck on Friday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
As our student athletes exit, we now open up the floor for questions. For Coach, we'll go to the first row on the end.
Not the whole thing. You gotta leave that. Hey, at least you asked.
Travis, Michael LaPresta, NCAA.com. You've been around basketball your whole life. You've seen March. You've watched it. But to have lived through this now in the last 2 hours, does March mean a little something different to you now than it did 2.5 hours ago?
Ever since you're a little kid growing up in the state of Indiana, man, this is everything. It's the best month of the year. Right, you watch all the games. Like I've said this before, hopefully the teachers allowed you to watch it at school. My mom would keep me at home sometimes. I'd ask her. I'm not saying you should do that for other parents out there, but my mom would keep me at home so I could watch all the games. But it's something you dream of being a part of. And what an incredible atmosphere. I told our guys when we had the opportunity to come here, this is the best atmosphere NCAA tournament-wise that I've ever been a part of. When I was at Xavier back in 2014, we played NC State here in the First Four. I said, man, the memories you guys will have with this it'll be an electric place. And that's what it was tonight. And listen, our group's uber confident. Uber confident. We know we belong. We know I told our guys afterwards, man, I'm happy, but the job is not finished, right? We want to continue to advance in this thing. So, but again, love March. Again, I'm happy for our guys that they're able to experience it, and our staff, man, it's all about them.
Third row, we'll stay on this side. Paul, go for it.
Paul Fritzner, rebound rundown. Travis, yesterday in the pregame presser, I asked you if you felt like this was important for mid-major basketball, and you felt like you understood that you kind of had the weight of the world of mid-major basketball on this team tonight, and you win the game. So what do you hope this accomplishes for that?
I think it just shows there's a lot of good teams out there. I mean, we had to basically be perfect in the whole regular season to get an at-large. But yet we're going to go win a game tonight, and we can advance far into the tournament. And I would say that the reason people love March Madness is they love to see quote-unquote upsets. This wasn't an upset tonight at all. But people are going to say that it was, right? That's what the outside world's going to say. And listen, there's a lot of good teams. Like Belmont was phenomenal this year. They lost in their conference tournament. They can win games. You know, I had a ton of respect for Casey Alexander or UNC Wilmington. It goes on and on. Those teams can compete with anybody, but they don't get the opportunities in the regular season, quite honestly, to put them in a position to where they can get an at-large bid, right? And that's the challenge. And hopefully it shows that, hey, listen, we're just as good as any of these other P5s or P6s that are going 500 in their league or whatever is out there. I mean, there's some really good mid-major teams, really good.
Let's jump across the way on the end, first row.
Yeah, Travis, building off of that, AndrewGillsCleveland.com, building off of that, the MAC specifically, now it's a two-bid league. You know, you talk about the success that Akron's had the last couple of years. You guys are obviously, you know, doing what you guys are doing this year. What does it say about the MAC specifically and maybe what's possible in this league?
I think the depth of the MAC, you know, like, man, obviously Akron's in the tournament as well. They play, I don't know if they play tomorrow, whenever they play Texas Tech, but, man, that game versus Toledo could have went either way in the championship game now. I mean, Todd Kowalczyk is as good of a coach as there is in America, not the MAC conference in America. You know, Rob Senderoff, the consistency that they've had at Kent State, Jeff Bowles, Todd Simon, George Halkovich has rebuilt Buffalo. You know, you got Frank Martin in our league. I mean, there's a ton of good coaches and great players. I think there's a lot of parity in our league. There is a ton of parity, and hopefully it just shows how good the MAC conference is.
Back corner.
Chase Sutter, Cincinnati Enquirer. Coach, your team looked like the aggressors all night. Even from the opening whistle, they were playing with their hair on fire. What was the message to them in the locker room before you came out tonight?
Yeah, listen, we just push your chips all in, right? Attack. We deserve the moment. Our guys deserve to be in this position. They've earned that right. The hay was in the barn. We prepared the right way over the last couple days. Just go attack, man. I felt like we were the better team going into the game. I think our guys have that real belief, and I've said that a lot. That's the most powerful thing you can have is belief, and our guys always feel like we're going to win.
A few more questions. Let's go to the second row, Jeff.
Jeff Gilmore, Press Pros Magazine. Coach, Suter tonight, tough night shooting, but 7 rebounds, 6 assists. He played more minutes than anybody. What about him? And then there was a shot – he might have airballed that 3, and then you like slapped his hand as he's going by there. Why so much trust in him no matter how things are going, and why'd you show him that love at that moment?
Yeah, number one, I trust Peter. I love him unconditionally. He only plays to win. There's no agendas with him. There's none. No hollow stats, nothing. He's just an animal. He just plays to win. He had 7.7 rebounds, 6 assists tonight. And he had an off night shooting. He still dominated the game. Comes out cramps, throw him back in there. He's going to finish the game, man. He's just an absolute warrior, man. He's everything that college basketball should be about. But in that moment, he obviously missed that 3 right in front of me, and he was frustrated. It was a great look. But again, just want to touch him, you know, just to make sure that he understands, listen, got to go next play. That you still believe in guys, even though maybe your shot's off, right? A lot of times players will attach their whole game, right, to are they making shots or are they not making shots? And I think just as little encouragements and we track what we call touches throughout practices and games, just helps guys go refocus and go to the next play.
Peter Suter, a game best plus 11 tonight. Back of the room on the near side.
Wyatt Miller, Muskingum University. Coach, I thought tonight was one of your better rebounding games of the season as well as guarding the paint. What went into that game plan?
You know, well, obviously we got our tail kicked against UMass on the glass in the MAC tournament, right? We gave up 24 second chance points, and it was a one-possession game at the very end. So you can say that we've done a lot of physicality drills since then and now because we knew, hey, listen, we were probably going to play an SMU type of team that was going to be big, athletic, strong, and Andy Infield's teams do a great job of rebounding the ball. And so we made a huge point of emphasis, just got to hit. And then on the other end, we send all 5 to the offensive glass. We got 12 offensive rebounds. I think we scored 17 second chance points, which were critical points for us. Right? Sometimes those are the most efficient baskets you can get are off offensive rebounds. But to neutralize SMU, man, which is very difficult to do on the glass, and our guys, I thought, just battled in there, man, played hard.
I know a lot of questions out there, but unfortunately we're running out of time. Arch, last question for Coach.
Tom Arch, Deacon, Dayton. Travis, the way Ian Elmer stepped up tonight, but he's done that several times. He's hit big shots for you in games this year that have sent you into overtime. Wins, just the way he rises up.
Yeah, Ian's a winner. He won in high school when he was at Taft High School, won a state championship in this arena you mentioned earlier. He just wins. He impacts the game on every facet. He's a lot like Peter. He defends, he rebounds, he cuts, he drives, he can shoot, he can assist. He's gotten so much better, and I'm so proud of him for keeping his head tonight, because he only played 4 minutes, I believe. Yeah, almost 24 minutes, a little under. And because of all the foul trouble he had, he never lost his focus, his concentration, even while he was sitting over there. Man, that just shows how mature he is.
Coach, your team has been fun to watch all year. On the biggest stage, it was a thrill. Best of luck, safe travels. Good luck against Tennessee and Philly.
Thank you.